I don't want to medically. You hope everyone's available. Obviously, you got the people nicked up with a bunch of minor things with these training camp style practices going on still. I guess we'll just wait till tomorrow to see, if we have everyone available. Got a couple different players that deal with some things, nothing significant though. So, questions?
Put it up, use the raised hand, and I'll call on you, but Dave, I'll go to you to start. If you're ready, or Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, sorry, it wouldn't let me unmute. Dan, I'm just wondering how you prepare for a scrimmage like this. I know this is something you guys do every year, pretty much, not publicly, but how do you prepare for a scrimmage?
You talk. You talk some about personnel. I mean, it's not this. You're actually kind of leaning into having some adversity in the close scrimmages. It's not the same as a game. We rely heavily on scouting and game planning in our preparation, and we're pretty a la carte about how we set up our defense for opponents and setting up our offense for opponents, and really dialing into a personnel game plan. There's none of that for close scrimmages, and there's none of that for us with the exhibition. I think our mindset right now is like we're so consumed with like ourselves and like our offense, our defense, our rebounding, like kind of our fundamentals, and building a tougher team that you really are so focused on yourself. It's just what it becomes is an opportunity here, close scrimmages, exhibitions, is to get some of the jitters out, obviously to play in front of the crowd, and then obviously to learn, to learn about your personnel from where players are at, and then also to take things that you're doing that look like they'll work. You'll keep building on those things. Some things you'll throw out after these scrimmages, exhibition type of things, but it's nothing for a game relative to the detailed preparation you would put into an opponent.
Go to Dave next.
Yeah, Dan, I guess this probably is somewhat of a similar question, but like in terms of what you want to see tomorrow night, like is it important that you guys, winning and losing, I guess, isn't that important at this point. It's an exhibition game, but at the same time, you want to look good for a good crowd, I'm sure, and see how far you guys are right now on October 14th. So I guess, in general, just kind of what do you want to see from the guys, from the team tomorrow night in terms of how they look?
I think you want to see different combinations of players. You'd like to see some growth with some players. Like to see how players respond. In a game-like atmosphere, it's nice to be able to have an opening night type of feel that you can get out of the way, so that when we actually play the opener, maybe they'll have it out of their system. But you show up. Obviously, you want to go out, you want to play well, you want to win, you want to compete, you want to play hard. We're not going to look like we did the last time people saw us play. It's not going to look like Phoenix. or MSG. We're a work in progress right now, and but I think it's exciting to get obviously an opportunity to go out and play against somebody else, and to to take the good and the bad away from it. Obviously, we haven't been the best close scrimmage team the last couple of years. We're not as good at the close scrimmages. We've been really good at the ones that count.
Go to Jaden and then Kevin.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
What's up, Jaden?
Nothing much. I'm good, good. First, your early opinions of what we've seen from Aiden and Liam so far and their integration into the system, and how much would we expect them to play, maybe not necessarily tomorrow, but early in the season compared to some of the senior guys and the upperclassmen?
Yeah, it's hard to, I think you end up having a plan about what you want to do at minutes going into scrimmages, exhibitions, and then they kind of go up in smoke. So, obviously, it's like, you have a lead, or you're down, or you're not happy with the way people are playing, and you send a message by benching people, or whatever. You just don't know how the game's going to unfold. So, Liam, it's been a very obviously there's adjustments he's going to have to make from a detailed standpoint, and a defensive standpoint, a getting on the backboard standpoint. But he's a really advanced, mature offensive player. So, he's by the time by the time we start playing, I think he's going to be consistently a really good this year for us. Aiden, Aiden has started to play. I think his best basketball as we've gotten closer to the opener. Stylistically, there's a lot of adjustments that he's had to make, and I think he's ready to go out, and he had a good day today. I think he's ready to get out and play against somebody else. I think Hassan and Ahmad have been challenged him for weeks now. I think he's excited to play against somebody else. But I know he's going to be excited to see referees.
Kevin, go ahead.
Yeah, Dan, I'm curious how this one came about. That's A, and your relationship with Archie. I know you've known him for a while, but do you talk with him a lot, about the issues at Rhode Island?
Yeah, so, we're kind of like, kindred spirits in a sense that we kind of lived a very similar life, right? Son of coaches, great basketball family. We both, obviously we both have had great careers as coaches and players. So yeah, it's like anytime I see him on the road, I get a chance to kind of talk to him, and about Rhodey and just about basketball in general. Because he's got a lot of respect for Arch and the way he coaches and the way he gets his teams to play, yeah. So I think we're connected because of such a similar life. But now he's coaching at a place that obviously I have a lot of love for.
Great, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Go to Ahmad.
Hi, Dan. Just wondering, what does a game like this, an exhibition, UConn, URI, two long-time rivals, having the exhibition kind of public at a unique neutral site, what can that do for kind of promotion of the game and for building up excitement leading up to the season here in the area?
Yeah, obviously, it gets people excited about college basketball in the middle of October. I would say that, you know, I don't know if Archie feels the same way, but I wish I had more time before we went public. You know, we're I mean, I don't even know who's going to start tomorrow night. At a couple spots here. I mean, I'm more concerned with my ball screen defense, my transition defense, our rebounding, our on-ball defense. I could run through a list of things right now that I'm not pleased with, or I just don't think we're ready for, you know, for real games to begin. But this one, you see, there's a lot of benefits. I think it's great for, you know, the New England area for college hoops. They'll play a game at Mohegan. It's a place that we want to try to, you know, get to play at once a year if you can moving forward. It's tough for us because we already have to split games between two places. So it's nice to be able to get here and play one. No, but it's also, too, it's a little bit scary because we're not anywhere near where we're going to be when, you know, a couple weeks from now. But it's still a good opportunity to learn about your team and to see how people respond to, you know, it should be a fun atmosphere.
Thank you.
You got it.
Adam, then back to Dave.
Hey, Dan, first, I'm sorry that your Royals got taken out by the Yankees. I hope you've recovered.
Such a jerk. I mean, you're just...
What's the next Royals game? I know the Yankees are playing on Monday.
You know what, Adam? I was gonna support the local teams there, and now who do I play? Cleveland or Detroit?
Cleveland.
I'm gonna order a Cleveland. I'm getting a Cleveland hat on Fanatics now. I'm gonna have it delivered by the time. I'm gonna all to the Tigers.
You only got to wait about 6 months for the next Royals game. Don't worry.
Karma too. When they lose, just remember you roasted me on here. Karma. You get karma.
Yeah. Obviously, you're still in the mix for some recruits. Do you encourage those recruits to watch these exhibitions, or do you talk to them about how they might fit in on this team going forward, you know, at all based on how you're playing now or what your needs are?
Yeah, I think that, you know, a critical part of our recruiting is when a potential recruit takes a visit, you know, that they're able to really watch an in-season practice, and then we watch so much film with incoming recruits. We watch them. We watch obviously the way we play. They know so much about our basketball situation that you know, they may watch, but I don't think that you know, for us it's much of a factor because we are so much of our conversation is basketball centered. That they know so much about who we are already. You know, plus they've had the luxury of watching us, you know, play all the way through the national championship game the last 2 years. I think they know who we are and they know how we play, and they, you know, they know the opportunities for playing times in their spots because we detail it pretty good.
All right, thanks, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it, man.
Back to Dave and then Sam to wrap up.
Yeah, by the way, Dan, I was at Yankee Stadium Tuesday night, and George Brett was there. Brett was there, and somebody asked him in the dugout before the game about, you know, you and him getting along and him being your hero, all that stuff, and he thought it was all pretty cool. So
I got the bat. I got a Pine Card bat and a jersey signed. I'm got to meet him though. I want to meet him.
Yeah. Just real quick, I know earlier in the week you said that you were hoping that some of the conditions of the game, maybe like more fouls allowed, or even getting on the court, like I guess you do in the closed doors. Do you anything more about that, or is it because it's on TV, maybe not as much?
Yeah, I'm pretty honest. I think when I say, like, us coaches this time of year are so, like, worried about, like, so many fundamental things to your team, like your basic ball screen defense, your transition defense, like a lot of the things that are not even in place yet. I don't even have a side out yet, or much zone in. You're so consumed with trying to get your team better for the opener that you find yourself a day or two before an exhibition game and I don't even have any idea. I've mentioned it in passing to Tom Moore, who's the one that kind of set this whole thing up. So yeah, I mean, I would hope that we're able to have for both of our front courts so that we can just get players minutes that we go to 6 fouls or 7 fouls, whatever it is, so that, we can get players reps and minutes is more important than, obviously the outcome per se. So, but I don't know, maybe I feel like maybe the referees will give me some more leeway anyway with the coaching box because we've won it the last 2 years and coaches that win it tend to get more calls and get more leeway. I'm saying that tongue in cheek to guys. That's like, I'm laughing when I say that, so I'm not saying that. Please add that to, so it's not taken out of context.
Yeah, I got you.
But I'm turning around and looking at Tom Moore right now. Tom, are those things? Are we going 6 fouls? What do we have there been some amendments? We are getting it. Okay, Tom. So Tom has nothing, guys.
All right, thanks.
Okay, Trip.
Yeah, Tim. All right. Hey, Coach. Obviously, it's the first time you'll face against Javonte Brown after initially recruiting him. What did you like about him when you initially recruited him?
Yeah, when Kamani said it to me yesterday, I was number one. I think it's always surprising because that was year 2 for us. So it's always good. I was trying to wrap my mind around, Javonte still being in college. It was probably the first reaction to it. And then just his energy and his motor and, great mom and, how he kind of, even though he was with us for a short period of time, obviously, he was in a tough spot. He came in to a recruiting class with Adama and then big Josh Carlton was already in the program, so obviously was not an ideal situation for him so he left, but he was a guy that practiced really, really hard and just a fun guy to be around and and a real true big man, where like he's willing to do the big man things, and rolling and screening, and posting up and maximum effort, and was a fun guy to coach. We obviously wish he would have stayed, but we understood.